Thank you very much to Dentsu and e4m, to Dr. Batra, to Naval, to Harsha for having me here. And a couple of hard acts to follow over here with some very interesting insights. I shall hopefully try and keep you somewhat entertained as well. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karan Bedi. I started my journey as in this particular innings as the CEO of MX Player, which, as some of you know, was recently acquired by Amazon. And I want to talk to you today about a crucial shift that has happened in the video landscape in India. And that is that we've gone beyond talking just about eyeballs and reach and actually talking about engagement and results. And to borrow Mr. Narayan's example, that be at the center of attention and propensity. I don't have that in my presentation, but I borrowed that from him. So where are we today? India today has 450 million users watching digital video across the board. And this is a number that is actually going to grow to 600 million. And this is a very, very big rate of growth for a number that is already so big. But about 600 million video watchers, digital video watchers in India, some by probably the end of this year, early next year. And the most important thing about this is that this is no longer about 18 to 24s or about a particular group. Everybody is moving. It is happening across age groups, across income groups, across genders, across geographies. All of India is moving from all the previous media that they used, primarily television, to digital video. And this ubiquity of movement presents a big opportunity for brands to connect with very diverse audiences when they're consuming video. The second very interesting thing is streaming actually provides a higher engagement with brands than linear TV. And this is, many of us have been here in this business for a long time. And I think one of the reasons for this is that it is a much more active consumption medium than television, which is a bit passive. And this again comes back to the question of attention and propensity. Attention is very high. And when you have immersion, you have attention. And if you go further into this, the ROI that this provides, so it's not just about, there was eyeballs, there's engagement, and then there's ROI. When you go into recall, consideration, and then eventually purchase, whether it is a funnel or it is a journey, the fact is that eventually brands that advertise on us and advertise on anybody else are businesses. And they want a return on their investment with what they put into their branding budgets. So, and while digital scores very well on short-term impact, the gap is even bigger on long-term impact. Even within the digital video landscape, let's double-click a little bit on what we call sort of curated streaming and UGC. It goes back to the question of attention. When you're immersed, when you're watching more immersive content, the propensity for you to actually convert is much higher. The actual time that you spend thinking about an ad, recalling that ad, remembering it, is significantly higher than when you're flipping through a whole bunch of 10, 15, 20-second videos. So it's not just about watching the ad, but it's actually remembering it and then going through with a call to action and perhaps generating a purchase. So in case the point wasn't clear, streaming video creates very good ROI. This market's also growing. We just talked about a lot of the numbers that came up in a couple of sessions ago. I think depending on the way you think about it and what periods you use, I think it was we saw a number of 28% a little earlier. It seems like I've written down 26% over here, but the reality is that it is growing very fast. Whether 26 or 28 is somewhat immaterial, but the reality is that it's all moving here. This is where the attention is. This is where the propensity to consume is. This is where the innovation is. And I'll talk a little bit more about how we participate in that innovation and growth. So let's talk about Amazon MX. We are in a very unique position to be able to provide solutions to not just our users and consumers who love our content, but also to advertisers through whom we can provide access to this great and diverse audience. Our mission is premium free entertainment, right? And that is a essential precursor to being able to work with, many of you in the room as brands and as custodians of brands to be able to deliver your messages to this vast, diverse audience. We are not just yet, one more streaming platform. There are many out there. There are some that have, freemium models, some premium models, and so on and so forth. We are free and backed by Amazon's trust and safety standards. So not only are we ensuring that you've got a vast, diverse audience, but you've got a safe space for you to talk about your brand in an area that you would want your brand to resonate. We've taken a pretty interesting approach to this, and the way we think about it is differentiated reach, differentiated content, and differentiated ad solutions. Right? In all three areas, we want to talk about a little bit. On reach, we have 1.4 billion downloads on the Play Store today. This is one of the only few apps in the world to have reached this scale, certainly the only app from India. 250 million monthly active unique users who we can reach out to, 50% of whom are NCCSA. So not only a large audience, but a very diverse audience. In addition to this, we have a strong split across almost every category. 50% are 18 to 24, 50% are 25 plus, 50% are metro and tier 1, 50% go from tier 2, 3, 4, 5 and beyond. We are very, very deeply penetrated. 70% male, 30% female. So it's not just, like I said, a very large audience, but a very diverse audience as well. In addition to the large first-party distribution, we also are now integrated with a whole bunch of Amazon's distribution channels. Right? We are present on the Amazon shopping app. We are present on Fire TV, which is, as you know, one of the largest connected TV platforms in India. We were talking about connected TV a little while back, and we agree it is an area of immense growth for the industry. And whether it is TV, whether it is digital, I also don't know the answer, but certainly we can offer you a solution for it. And of course on Prime Video, which again is a collection of one of the largest streaming services in India as well. Differentiated content. We go across the board. We have drama, we have action, we have reality, we have romance, and we have it in multiple languages. We have it for multiple age groups. We have it for multiple geographies. So, and some of the largest shows that have existed in the sort of digital domain over the last few years have been delivered by Amazon MX. Some more examples. So you saw some of our biggest shows out there, but beyond that, we have very innovative formats, right? For example, you take something like Campus Diaries, young romance show. You take Physics Wala. Don't need to talk to you a little bit anymore about that. We have a product called Videsi, where we have the largest library of international content localized in different languages. Content from Korea, content from Turkey, content in Mandarin, and we're exploring a whole bunch of new potential sources of content for that as well. So it's the big, super widely represented stuff. It's also content for every potential diverse audience that you may want to reach out to. And I think some of you were there a few days ago when we announced this. We have just announced 100 new shows for 2025 alone. So with this very, very large audience, like I said, we need to give them differentiated content, and that is what we're doing. Just to give you a quick example of some of the shows coming up, and we talked a little bit about this more. I'm happy to talk about it with some of you later on if you would like to. But again, everything from the Titan story, which of course is, as we call it, India's first super brand, belonging to the House of Tata, who is hosting us today, to, a very exciting reality series with Ashneer Grover called Rise and Fall, and follow-up seasons of some of our other very popular shows, for example, Hip Hop India. Again, diversity. I think the point that I really want to make here is that with a large audience, we also have a very diverse audience. So with this great reach and great content, what is it that we can do for our partners? To come back to attention and propensity, this is propensity. We understand the trillions of customer signals that Amazon generates are unparalleled in the relevance of audiences that we can predict. So if you want someone who's engaged as well as has the propensity to consume your product or your service, we are it. And it's not just about, it's not just about, hey, this person is X age or Y geography. We can go to saying, hey, this person is health and fitness conscious. It's a very, very specific way to think about audiences that are relevant to your brands. And these are first party signals. This is not third party, this is first party from Amazon's systems. The other thing is innovation and ad formats. So this is the current, industry standard. You're watching a video, there's a click out button, learn more or something or the other. What that does is it takes you away from whatever app you're on, and it goes and takes you to a particular different web page that may or may not be optimized for conversion. This is what we do. That's your ad playing on top. That's your product right below. And that's the add to cart button. So we have your attention. There's been an interesting creative that you put on there, and we are able to give you something there and then to be able to check out there and then. And as you can see, this is significantly higher performing than industry benchmarks. 4 times more CTR, extremely high view through rates. Let's talk about another innovation, immersive ads. Right, so you see the example on screen here. And in this particular case, the key ingredient of this ad is the citrus, right? That's driving this skincare product and why it's beneficial. And we are able to actually show you that. So our teams are able to take out, obviously we work with you as a brand to understand what is that key benefit that your product provides. And we are able to take that in a programmatic scaled way and create an immersive ad. Users love this. And again, you can see the CTRs. They're amazingly high. So in addition to creating sort of frictionless experience, we can also create these innovative customer delight experiences. And we spend a lot of time actually thinking through, different things that we can do on these formats. I've talked a little bit about brands that are on Amazon, but we can do this even not on Amazon. So for an auto brand or for an insurance brand or, any kind of service that is not a product available on Amazon, we can provide an equally powerful tool to be able to give you the ROI that your product or service needs. And all of this has created a very, very high level of efficiency. And we've worked with many of you here. We've worked with many partners across the industry. And we found that we provide higher uplift in 77% of brand measures versus other benchmarks. And there are numerous examples we can give you, numerous case studies. I had 2 or 3 up there before that. But I think this, just to close this point, I think this concept, I think this very innovative and accurate concept of saying attention and propensity, I think cannot be delivered in any better manner than Amazon MX can. We have reach, we have relevance. And reach plus relevance, in my view, equals results. And because of this, we have had almost every large brand, global brand, domestic brand, new brand, challenger brand, old brand, work with us. And we actually, we hope to have a chance to work with many of you here who worked with us before and continue to work with us, and hope to have many of you try us for the first time. But again, very happy to be here. Thank you very much. And I'm going to leave you with a quick view into what we're offering up for 2025 and hopefully a little bit of Dhoom Dhamaka. Can we have the sound on, please?
Let the entertainment begin.
मोहल्ला मेरा घर है,
जहां परिंदा भी उड़ने से पहले लेता है मेरी इजाजत।
लेकिन अपना वक्त बहुत जल्दी बदलेगा।
माइक टेस्टिंग।
इस बार बिंदिया में इलेक्शन के लिए हमको खड़ा होने दो।
बच्चा हो दोनों भी 40 क्रॉस किए हैं।
मनोकामना तभी पूरी होगी जब तुम तीनों अपने सबसे प्यारी चीज को त्याग दोगे। हम मदिरा का सेवन नहीं करेंगे।
चल बेटा शैंकी, शान बनने का टाइम आ गया।
तुम ना सच में जोकर हो।
भारत गांव का देश है। लेट्स प्ले ऑन दिस देसी फील।
मैंने सेल्फ प्रमोशन ले लिया पापा। यार डॉक्टर भी मैं, असिस्टेंट भी मैं।
सीए आर्ची मेहता, मुझे तो बस इस टाइटल को रियलिटी बनाना है।
जो भी आएगा फाइनल में उसको तो मैं तोड़ूंगा।
एक मिनट, ये मेरी पूरी लाइफ नहीं है।
पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त।
मेरा नाम गौरव तिवारी है। अगर कोई यहाँ है तो सामने आओ।
सच्चा गुरु वो है जो भक्तों को समर्पित हो। ये जानते नहीं कि मैं कौन हूं। इनके नियम और कानून हम पर लागू नहीं होते।
सुपर पावर हर उस बाप के पास है जिसका बच्चा खतरे में है। Love me, hate me, but you can't ignore me.
किस्मत का दोगलापन मुझसे बेहतर कौन जानता है।
उन्हें लगा वो रोक देंगे हमें, पर उन्हें क्या पता था कि ये वक्त हमारे साथ है। पर उन्हें क्या पता था कि ये वक्त हमारे साथ है।
Thank you for having me, and we still got it done on time. Thank you very much.